Hey everybody, I'm Joshua. Welcome back to Reasonably Prepared. Today, I want to go over 3 more things you can do now to better prepare yourself if you're just starting out. And here's a little added bonus. They're all free. Let's get into it. Welcome back. Once again, I'm Joshua, and I just have to say right up front, thank you for all who support the channel. I'm excited to announce that if you want to support the channel and you like what it is we do here at Reasonably Prepared, we now have a... Okay, I'm sorry. That was my terrible attempt at a drum roll. What I'm excited to announce is a way you can support this channel and what we do here if you'd like to, and that is through Patreon. We have launched a full Patreon account with complete tiered rate structure all the way down to as easy as $3 a month. So, if you like what it is we do here and you want to support the channel so that we can continue bringing you the best content that I absolutely can, this allows me the margin to buy products to review and to have the time and margin I need to make the content that you need and that you want and do it better than always. So just, if you want to, go to Patreon, Reasonably Prepared. The link will be in the description below. We're super excited about it, and yes, it does help out the channel, and if you're into it and want to help and donate and give to us, that would be super awesome. We would be eternally... I can't even describe to you how grateful we are for the people who support the channel, and if you want to. So once again, run on over to Patreon and go ahead and sign up if you want to support the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the formalities, hit the bell notification, do all of those things. But here we go, let's get into it. What are 3 more things? By 3 more, you'll know. If you don't know, go back and reference. I did a 3 things you can do now to prepare. It's kind of the where do I start, a very 30,000 foot non-detailed view of where to begin if you're just starting out prepping, because I get a lot of that. Where do I begin? But here's another 3 things you can do that are actionable. You can start now. You can do them literally. You can start on them right now today, and they're basically free or minimal cost to you. So what are those things? Okay. So number 1, start a M.A.G. 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 What the heck is M.A.G.? M.A.G. M.A.G. Mutual Assistance Group. Okay. Simply put, this is a community that you take leadership in on building. That's all it is. You now have an idea of ways that you want to be better prepared, and you want to have a stronger, more dynamic community to be able to do that. And so what you do is you start a mutual assistance group, and you just have conversations with people in your neighborhood or in your community or in your church or that you might work with that are friends of yours that once again mutually assist it. And what this means is if you've got tradesmen or medical personnel or doctors, or military, okay? You have conversation with them about, hey, I would like us to put a group together or a community together that its sole purpose is to be better prepared and help in our community in the event of an emergency, okay? So military guys are great for this because they're already trained in the mental preparedness and physical preparedness, okay? Doctors, if you've got a doctor, start talking with the doctor about, hey, what if the grid goes down? What if fire comes through? What if a natural disaster happens? How can I help? How can I be trained? What can I do? We have lost this in our society, I believe, to the detriment of us, and we have watched it unfold in 2020, but let's get back to having great conversation and forming community together that is helping, and we're not treating each other like enemies. So my first tip would be start a mutual assistance group. Okay, you can start planning. You can find out who knows how to do what. Construction guys know how to build and rebuild things. Tradesmen usually, welders. If something breaks or goes down, you've got some welders that you can call on and be like, and say, hey, Weldy McWelderson, can you come and help? I lived in the country for a long time. We don't now, but I did. And, we've got a surplus of weed eaters and chainsaws and land development tools. And so, if a tree fell at a neighbor's house, there was a whole group of people that went over and were able to help out a lady because they had the chainsaws and the tools necessary to help out this widow who had this tree fall in their yard. So a mutual assistance group or a preparedness community is there to help out each other. Much in the same way, if you're on an airplane, they will tell you to get the mask on first. Why is that? Your instinct might be help out your child. Well, if you lose oxygen in an airplane and you're not helping yourself out first and you pass out, you're of no help to your children or anyone else on that plane. So make sure you and your group are taken care of. If you're stored up with water and food and medical, like we talked about in the first one, once again, link in the description below on that video. But on the first video, the 3 things you can start, it's going to be water, food, medical. This one here is to start a prepper community or a mutual assistance group. Because if you guys are taken care of, if your community is taken care of first, that enables you to help other people and be a solution to a problem as opposed to a draw during an emergency or a problem during it. So mutual assistance group, guys, start one. Start talking with the community. And I did a little tip here. If some people, you start talking with them and they're just not into it, they don't understand it, that's okay. Move on. Find out people who are into it and want to at least start with you. Number 2, have a plan and put it into practice. Okay? Have a plan. We have fire drills in schools and at our companies, right? Well, the reason we do those is that in the event of a fire, we're not panicking. Okay? So put together some plan of action, and then don't forget to drill it. Because me, my wife, my family, have had plans, but in the past, and we've forgotten to drill them. And then when the emergency did happen, a case in point was we got evacuated because of fire when we lived in a fire-prone area. And we had a plan, but we never drilled that plan. And when we were forced to do it, we kind of panicked and we didn't do things as best as we could, as great as we could. So that taught us the importance of drilling the plan as well. So what are plan of actions, or what are reasons you would have a plan of action? Well, number 1, would be an evacuation. If you've got a storm, hurricane, flood, fire, things of that nature, you're going to want to put together a plan so that you can evacuate and not be panicked. Okay? And you know where things are, and you know how to grab them, you know how to go. Also in having a plan, make sure you make provisions for people in need, special needs people, maybe some older people who might not be all there or can't physically do things, babies, small children, anybody maybe who has some impairment, they're maybe blind or deaf or in a wheelchair. Make provisions so that you can help and better serve these folks is part of implementing inside of your plan. I mean, it's also part of being in a great community. Know where what we call muster points are. My wife, my children, and I, we have different places that we know of that, if something happens and we can't get home, well, we're going to meet up at a certain place. That's called a muster point. So plan of action and drill it. That's number 2. You can come up with those easy. Talk with your spouse, with your loved one, your significant other, or any other family members about what you might do. Write that out. Have emergency numbers handy. But, if cell phones are down, if internet is down, you need to have an actionable plan in place that you can follow when other things aren't working. Okay? And if you communicate ahead of time on what it is you're going to do, then there won't be any question and panic won't have to ensue, when emergency does happen. So number 2, have a plan and drill that plan. Number 3. Number 3 is get yourself physically and mentally fit. Okay? Once again, this is something we overlook tremendously, and that is, as preppers, we have a tendency to say, do I have enough food? Do I have enough water? Do I have enough medical? Do I have enough of this? Do I have enough of that? Do I have enough fuel? Will my 4-wheel drive truck work? Do I have enough camping equipment? Do I have, blah, 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 do I have enough? Do I have enough? And we neglect our physical bodies and our mental, and I'm going to say spiritual preparedness as well. Okay? So getting yourself mentally fit, that means instead of shying away from a problem or just spending money to fix it, you figure out a way to fix it. Okay? You mentally try to figure things out. Okay? You read books, you have conversation with friends on what do I do? Instead of just either ignoring it, whatever the problem is, it could be it could get some help. It could be some depression that you need to get some help with. Step out in faith and trust some people, okay? It could be as simple as unplugging the television set and getting unaddicted to TV so that if the TV and electricity is out, you're not kind of panicking. These are kind of mental fortitude. Spiritual fortitude would be meditating, praying, reading your spiritual book. I read the Bible, okay? I get a source of joy and contentment from that. being able to trust and relationally trust one another, my wife or my family, and having good relationships and a good spirituality is very important. But then we tend to neglect, myself included. Guys, I'm super guilty about this. And I'm just now jumping back on the horse of physical fitness. And one of the ways I'm doing that is very simple, very actionable. Walk. Go out for a walk. Go out for a walk. 15 minutes every morning. You can find 15 minutes in the morning, or you can find 15 minutes in the evening to walk. Okay? And as you get into the rhythm and the habit of simply walking and simply watching how much food you put into your body and the types of food you put into your body, you'll find that physically you can handle more. And if physically you can handle more, then you'll start being able to mentally handle more. Once again, just go out and walk. Walking is easy if you do it. Drink more water. We, as a nation, are severely dehydrated. If you are feeling thirsty, thirst is the first indicator of dehydration. There's information all over the place on how to stay properly hydrated, whether you live in high altitudes or low altitudes. Do your own homework, find out what's safe for you, but make sure you're drinking plenty of water and walking and getting physical exercise. Included in physical fitness, what you can do is learn a self-defense. A lot of these martial arts schools, jiu-jitsu academies, even taekwondo places, a lot of them will offer, if you just go talk with them, they offer like a Saturday course on basic self-defense or things of that nature. Learning a self-defense, learning how to defend yourself, I'll tell you this, keeps you physically fit and gets your get you stimulated mentally as well. So learning a self-defense is another one you can do. Just go talk to some people in your area that, don't treat you like an idiot. And I've talked to lots of, martial arts places, and they got these big egos. But I got to say this, of a lot of them, the Brazilian jiu-jitsu places, man, I've talked to those guys. A lot of them, no ego. They're eager to please, eager to help. Various price ranges, but just look into it. Look into a self-defense. Another way to be physically fit is to take projects that you might have around the house or that other people might have at their house and do them. I recently built my own, or at least started to build my own fence. And this has the added bonus of learning something new, which exercises your mind. Okay, so doing the physical work instead of just paying somebody to build a fence for you, you can learn how to build or repair your fence yourself. If you're already going to pay somebody, you've got an amount of money that you're going to spend. Buy those tools necessary. Learn how to use those tools. Learn how to build something. You get the satisfaction of a job well done. You get to physically use your body and also physically engage your mind in learning something new. All of these are part of physical and mental fitness. Okay? So these are, once again, 30,000 foot view. Do your own homework. Do your own research. All of these things from Mutual Assistance Group. To have a plan and execute it, to get yourself physically and mentally fit. Start in these places. Water, Food, Medical, Mutual Assistance Group or community. Put together a plan, drill the plan, and then get yourself physically and mentally fit. Literally, the last thing I'm talking about in this video, you can do for next to nothing. It's just a matter of doing it. Do something, because doing something, no matter how small, is better than doing nothing. And I've got a really good friend named Josh Cannelora. Josh Cannelora is amazing. He's got a crazy story. I'll put his link in the description about he went from almost 400 pounds down to like a physically fit awesomeness in a very short period of time. But he had a statement that's always resonated with me, and it's this: intentionality trumps intensity. So don't get hung up on, do I have enough of this and this big this and this big that, and do I have all of these things, and no, gosh, am I lifting enough weights, and do I this extreme diet, and do I have enough of that? And let's all take a deep breath, okay? And understand that doing something, no matter how small, and doing it consistently and intentionally and on purpose adds up to big stuff. Do not get overwhelmed. Intentionality trumps intensity. Just do something every day. Become the type of person who's doing something 1% better every day. 0.1% better every day. And I promise, you'll find in a year from now, you're way better off and further along, and you'll be becoming the person that people need advice from and want to come to, because you would have accomplished so many things. You can do it. I know you can. It's awesome. If I can do it, just some dude, trust me, you can do it. So there you have it. My 3 more things you can do now that are free to start getting prepared, to start researching. Okay, just go online and research these things and start and form your own plans. If there's any of these specifics you want me to unpack, I'm happy to do it and go deeper into them. This is just a quick 30,000 foot view of the whole thing. Be blessed. So grateful for everybody for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon. Bing, bong, bong, bingy, bong. Bell thing. Turn on your notifications so that every time I come out with a new video, you get it. Leave the comments. You can email me at reasonablyprepared@gmail.com. Don't forget to go to our Patreon. As always, just because you're prepared doesn't mean you're prepared. Be blessed, everybody.